Hi, it's Dwyer, gamblersadvisory.com, a free site, bettingangle.us, a free site. It is July the 8th, 2022. I am someplace in the Venetian in Las Vegas. A lot's happened in the last few days. One of the governmental giants of our era, Abe, was assassinated. Celsius, where I have accounts, transferred $500 million to FTX. Right? We'll try to address those in a future video. Congratulations to Mexico on beating my beloved Jamaica in soccer. But let's talk boxing. Let's talk Claressa Shields versus Savannah Marshall. But first, remember, the opinion you should follow should be your own. Just consider this video to be a second opinion from a complete stranger online. Now, this is a dangerous fight for both women, right? But just understand, we take risks here. This is not for the timid. There is significant risk involved in this fight. Enter the room with both eyes open. But I do believe that styles make fights. And I do believe that Claressa Shields, with one of boxing's best jabs, should win this fight based on jabbing and moving. What I want people to do is to look hard at Savannah Marshall. And I want you to think about Antonio Margarito. Right? Not the plaster on his hands, which devalues his entire career, but his feet, his punch selection. Right? Understand, Margarito was a guy who would throw a lot of uppercut type punches. Right? He would throw punches from his waist. He would throw them coming upward. Right? He was a punching machine. And what he would do if you pushed him onto his back foot is he would plant his left leg. And he'd still be able to throw punches when his right leg hit the canvas. Savannah Marshall, in my opinion, one man's opinion, is a lot like Antonio Margarito, who got beaten by movement by Manny Pacquiao, because Margarito needed to plant his left leg right in front of his right to throw his right uppercut, to throw his withering right shots to the body, right, to throw his left hook. And understand, Marshall needs to plant her left leg in front of her body to do the same. Right? This fight lines up well for Claressa Shields. I don't care what happened in the amateurs. That's too long ago to matter. Right? Both women have upped their game. Both women have a lot of experience. Both women have the benefit of looking at that fight film. Understand, too, that Claressa Shields is a righty, which means she's going to be throwing a left jab. That's perfect for her, because what she needs to do is to just move, force Savannah Marshall to lift her feet anytime she sees Savannah Marshall with that left leg planted in front of her right leg. She needs to move. This fight is going to be decided before the punches are thrown. Then, of course, because Claressa Shields is throwing a left jab, she'll be out of the frame. She has to keep moving to her right, stay off the ropes, throw a left jab, force Savannah Marshall to come find her. Now, let me point out that Savannah Marshall's advanced. She won't stalk you at times. She will let you come to her. As I said earlier, she doesn't have to stick that left leg out. She can, moving back, keep that left leg pinned to the canvas and just have that right leg drop in back of it, and she's good to go with the hooks. So Claressa Shields needs to be careful. Claressa Shields needs to stay outside, can't stay in the pocket, can't allow Marshall to land body shots. Right? Has to keep moving. This is a jab, stick and move, lateral movement fight. If she does that, Marshall, who is not as fast as her, who has a loop on her punches, that against a jabber is ill-equipped to deal with the hand speed of the jabber. Right? I expect Marshall to fall behind early and to have to get desperate. Her best shot is to hope that Shields tires herself out and that Marshall is able to close the gap. If I'm Shields, and I know there's bad blood between these women, but if I'm Shields, I don't go for the stoppage until late in this fight. Right? I don't want to spend the energy. I want to stay as fresh as possible as I bank rounds. Right? But just understand, if Marshall has her right leg in front of her left leg, she can't get leverage on her right hand. Right? Let me point out too, with her left leg in front of her right leg, the only punches she can throw are strong right hands and a left hook. Because Shields is right-handed, she should be able to have a guard up, have her right hand home while popping the jab. And she should do so from distance, which would take away Savannah Marshall's body shots. I know the odds are close in this fight. I like Claressa Shields. Right? A good jab is just an incredible thing to have. This fight will not start until Savannah Marshall shows us that she could get by Claressa Shields' jab. Right? Shields just has to be aware of where the ropes are, make sure she's not pinned on the ropes, continually move to her right. Right? Continually be aware of Savannah Marshall's feet. If Savannah's left leg is in front and planted, move away from her. Stick the jab, move to your right. Right? This fight might evolve into a lopsided affair if Shields makes it out of the early rounds unscathed, and Savannah Marshall, who in my opinion needs a stoppage or at least multiple knockdowns to win the fight, starts to get desperate. I like Claressa Shields in this one. Look at the legs. Look at the film. Now granted, Manny Pacquiao, southpaw. Right? But look at how Pacquiao would move, and look at how Margarito was not able to get leverage on his shots because he couldn't set up his feet. That's what great movement behind a jab does for you. The other side is so busy moving their feet that they're not in position to hit you with their best punches. Right? Also, just take a look at how many body shots is Savannah Marshall landing on Claressa Shields. Right? Understand, Savannah Marshall doesn't have to turn an uppercut over to hit you in the head with it. She'll throw uppercuts to hit you in the body. She throws more uppercuts than your typical boxer. Right? She has a bit of a Bob Fitzsimmons thing going on, if you're into boxing history. Right? If she's unable to land uppercuts, and she's with a jabber, a great jabber, if Marshall can't hurt Claressa Shields to the body in the first 5 rounds, then this will be game, set, match, a runaway for the American. That's how I see it. Let me hear from you. I hope you leave your comments in the comment section of this video. Thanks for stopping by.